make sure that everything's good. Woo! Oh shit, you with this old bullshit ass?
I can move that chair right here, bro.
Nah, you good, bro. You perfect. Alright. We're gonna sit this one right here.
Right here where I'm at. Not through.
Too much, bro.
Not through. Fuck around the fort on this hoe, 'cause that hoe right there by me too. Fuck up and shit. Just to be an ass. I'm like, damn, nigga, nigga fort on now? Y'all need to be fort on. Was it that girl? Was it that girl shit?
Cause that ain't never happened on the 26th of the ever.
Right? Shit just happened to my nigga.
Yes.
I ain't never heard no shit like that, my nigga.
Alright, bro. We are live, guys.
What episode? 27.
27. Yeah.
Alright.
We're moving on up.
Welcome to the Garage Talk Podcast, episode 27. It's your boy VA, the nigga with the white wife.
And it's your boy Black Curse, the niggerized American, also known as the Black Contradiction. And we have a special guest today, D.
D.
Good.
What's good, D?
Hello.
Sorry, I'll take a break and go over the basketball roll.
Yeah. I got it. No, we keep recording. I'll get out there in a second.
Oh, okay. I wanted to start off with
Man, hold on. Look, he's ready to go. He's ready. Hold on. Before we get started with that, how's everybody doing?
I'm straight.
You straight?
I'm
good.
No, you know my thing is
I'm alright, you know what I mean?
You zooted on that drink. You ready? You good?
Oh, man.
You sure?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to roll this blunt, and I gotta go let the gold down, so I'll be doing better once I get back in here.
Kids can hoop. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Curse, you wanna?
Yeah, I wanted to start out by saying, you know what I'm saying, my AKAs is the niggerized American. And I wanted to talk about why I call myself the niggerized American.
The what?
The niggerized American.
Niggerized.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
The niggerized American.
Okay.
I believe that black people in America are created by white people. The term nigger comes from white people. So I believe all black people in America are nigger or niggerized.
Okay.
I'm
gonna step out camera. I'll be right back. Y'all keep going.
So that's why I call myself the niggerized American. I believe that we were created by white people. Everything we do, everything to try to get a job or move up or do anything in our life, we always have to go through white people. So that's why I call myself the niggerized American. And I come from a very black family. My mother, my father is black. My whole entire family is black. So I'm niggerized, you know what I'm saying? And then the black contradiction, I feel like blacks in America, it's no way in hell you can't be a contradiction. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say this is because W.E.B. Du Bois, he had this term called double consciousness, where African Americans genuinely, they want to move up, they want to progress, they want to be better people in the world. However, the influence of white people and them controlling and dominating everything in the world, we kind of see things in their way. You know what I mean? And it creates this double consciousness where genuinely you want black people to do better, but you're taking on the idea of a white person. So you have these two complicated, entities fighting within your own body. And that's why I call myself the black contradiction, because I believe that all African Americans, all black people in America are fighting hand in hand, with these two ideologies.
How does that show up for you?
How does that show up?
Specifically, like how does that fight show up for you?
For me, it show up for me and I feel like in this podcast, right? It shows up because I feel like you can listen to me and be like, oh man, I give you, this is a perfect example. Genuinely, I believe that blacks should support black businesses, right? Mm-hmm. I really do.
Only?
Huh?
Only?
Yeah, only. You know what I'm saying? I see it in the sense of like, genuinely I believe that because, African Americans economically in America are not as progressive or dominant as white people in America as far as business go. And to combat that, you have to create black businesses and you have to support them, right? However, I think the reality of it is you're going to become a contradiction because, man, I would love to support black businesses, but when I need some deodorant, it's fucking Walmart up the street.
That's real.
So I'm gonna go to fucking Walmart and I'll be like, damn, you know, I really do want black businesses to thrive. I really want to support you. You may be a black businesses selling deodorant, but hell, you not in my way. You're not, you know, if I had to order it online, that's gonna take me a couple days, and I can just go to Walmart right here. And white people own that, and it makes me look like a contradiction. You know what I mean? But
because you're conveniently living your life.
Yeah, I'm conveniently living my life. So I believe that in America, you know, black people, you have no other choice but to be a contradiction due to what it is. You know what I'm saying? You could believe in whatever you believe in, but it's like you're gonna be a contradiction.
I think everybody gonna be a contradiction.
Yeah.
Everybody. Either way, you're a big everybody.
I mean,
bro.
I think, but this is the thing too.
But I like the way you put it and the way like I just walked in, you explaining that shit.
But like even like I was telling my partner the other day, because I addressed this. I was like, before I came to the podcast, I was like, I want to address this on the podcast and say why I think this. And I was like, man, you know, even like for instance, white people, I feel like due to them being white, they don't have no type of moral compass. Like I feel like you can be a white politician and do a whole lot of bullshit and you're not under the radar. If you're a black politician, you're always under the scope. So whatever you do, if you fucking out with women, you doing drugs.
Nigga, if you're a black person, you always under the scope, period.
You always under scope. So you can't do that. But white people have that leeway to do that. You know what I mean? And I feel like
so pretty much you're just addressing white privilege.
yeah,
That's really what that sounds like.
it's for
That's all
real.
it is.
It really is.
Okay.
And I don't mind niggas having privilege.
Yeah.
Use your white privilege. Cause I got male privilege, I got black privilege, I got privileges, you know what I'm saying? You just got more privileges than me because you white. But I got privileges that I can use when I need to use them. And I don't mind people using their fucking privilege. Use your privilege, bro. Use it.
I think the problem is when the privilege is used to the
In the wrong,
detriment of
there you
somebody
go.
else.
There you go.
Exactly.
Fine.
Class,
Okay,
another
there you
group,
go.
yeah.
When you do it like that, I agree with that shit. But like, I'm just saying, if you got privilege, you using it to like, to better yourself or whatever, fine, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do your shit, bro.
I mean, like I was saying I said on my podcast, I was talking about blacks pulling black people over, right? I mean, cops pulling black people over. I was like, hell, if you ever pull a white person over and you smell fucking weed in the car and you let them go, do the same thing with black people. You know what I mean?
But there might be those who have done the same with black people.
We would never know.
Shit,
Right,
yes, we would, because I've been that person. I've been the person downtown with me and Josh. And a cop pulled me, Josh, and we was over for no reason. Nigga, we had a quarter of QP in the car, a half a bottle of liquor, and I just bust down weed to roll a blunt. Niggas pulled us over. Stuffed the weed under the seat. The cop, he got us out the car and he's searching us, but the lady cop, she go in there, she flash under the seat, she see the weed. And you know what she come tell me? The only reason I didn't say nothing to my partner about that is because we pulled y'all over for no reason. Yeah, so she saw, she could have gave us a choice.
But what was even more cold about that? She went against the code.
Exactly. And some
And
black
was
dude.
honest.
It's
Yeah,
honest.
Right.
So I can't say like
that's dope.
all cops are this way or all, because I've been in some situations where, nigga, I could have been in jail or
Let
let
ask
me
you a
ride,
quick
bro.
question.
Go ahead.
Can you say majority?
No, I can't. But
He has not been pulled over.
But I'm
by
saying
majority
you
of
just
cops.
said, but you just made it seem like, well, you like if a cop, you made it seem like there's no situation that happened. I'm just giving you an example where it has happened, like where, and that could have been bad. Like
I mean, I hear you.
I've been pulled over out here while I've been blowing and they let me
I
ride.
totally hear you, right? I totally, and there are exceptions to the rule, right? But then when you have these case studies, like when you had the Mike Brown situation, right? I'm from St. Louis. It was I was listening to NPR, and they did a study on the amount of white people that was pulled over and the amount of black people that was pulled over, right? Black people in St. Louis, like, it was a crazy rate of black cops just pulling black people over for no reason, just pulling them over. You know what I mean? And if you just pull anybody over, it's possibly they may have drugs, they may have this going on, this, that, third. So a lot of black people were going to jail, and what is it? The DOJ, the Department of Justice, they had to crack down on some of those cities, those small little cities around the St. Louis County area, because they was being unjust to a lot of black people as opposed to their
I'm
white
not saying, but I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying when
Yeah.
you say all or that, I'm not rocking with all in
Yeah.
because I've been in situations where
I I mean, I can't say.
I could attest to that. Where no,
I
that
can't say
hasn't
all,
happened.
but I
There
can say
you go.
majority.
There you
I do
go,
say
bro.
majority.
I think, yeah, white cops do it and they get the most, but I think them niggas a gang. Like she said, she went against the code. That cop went against the code, regardless, and that'll get her thrown out the force. Going against the code,
even if it don't get
like
get her treated some type of way.
Yeah, even a black
but
cop.
That's in the same, like in a real gang. That's in a family. If you go against, you get looked side at.
And that's what I tell people all the time. Be like, bro, the police is just a gang. Because I was like, honestly, bro, me, my niggas out doing something, and one of my partners do something. You think I'm finna go snitch and go against my partner? Yeah. Nah, we'll handle that afterwards. What we got the action or whatever, we'll handle that afterwards, and that's what they do. You can say that, yeah, the black cop's supposed to do something like, nah, nigga, he know what's gonna happen if he go against that, bro.
I mean, but at the end of the day, he might have a big family. He want to go home. He want to keep his benefits.
Exactly.
They have real lives too. That's not justifying any type of.
It's not. There you go. It's not justifying it, but
it's just bringing.
There you go.
These are real human people.
Exactly. Like, nah, bro. Like,
so you used the analogy of gangs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people being in the gangs they're practicing a lot of irrational behaviors? Like, for instance, like what you said with like black cops supporting that code of being a cop, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's a very irrational behavior.
What's irrational behavior?
Irrational behavior where it's not logical. It's not understandable.
What I'm saying, what is not logical? That's what I'm saying. What do you mean?
What is the behavior that you're
talking about? Yeah.
The behavior is that you're in a police force and there's a code and you see something that is injustice being done to someone that look like you, right? To me that's irrational behavior.
Hold on, so you don't ever see nothing that's being done to somebody that's irrational and you don't do anything? Is that irrational behavior from you?
I don't know.
But
yes, it is. If you put it like that, yes, it is.
I don't know if
you ain't never saw no cops doing nothing to no black, harassing no black dude, and you stepped in or said some shit like, "Oh, I'm gonna step in." No, nigga, you ain't finna step in and say nothing. Why not?
I have before.
But has it been times that you haven't?
I haven't.
Man, come on, E.
I'll give you an example. I had a situation where something was going on with my cousin.
I remember your mama told you to tell that.
And I said
that. No doubt.
Now, if I see a cop pulling someone over.
But that's family. I'm just saying, like, if you ain't never rolled by no, like, you know what I'm saying?
And then some cop just beating up on
not you. Even, I don't even think you'll stop then. Honestly, I don't think you'll stop.
You
I don't.
But realistically.
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
When most people stop, what they do is record. What are you gonna do
when you stop? Like, hey man, no.
Have you thought about that? And this is not like a judgmental thing. I'm just curious. Like, the only thing I've ever done is pulled over too. Just to be a witness to whatever this is.
That's it, bro.
I'm not getting out because I don't know what's
really going on, bro. But I'm gonna stay.
That was the point I was gonna make you. I really don't know.
But I do want to be here in case it goes
crazy.
Right, and you'll have a person to say, "Well, okay, I seen this. This is what I was able to witness, or whatever the case."
Well, I'm just saying, I don't want you to say like that's irrational behavior. If that's not irrational behavior,
to me, it's irrational to get out and jump in. That is irrational.
That's crazy to me.
When you don't know.
When you don't know what the fuck is going on.
That was the point I was gonna make. Like, that's not an irrational behavior. Like, that's an irrational behavior if you're a cop and you a person of the law, right?
And you see something
that's just unjust and not lawfully right.
But yes, it is. But it goes in. Decision goes into that, like she said, benefits, family, all this shit. I want to get home. All this shit goes into play.
Again,
all of it, bro.
Make it right or wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But all that shit goes into play. Like, you ain't just gonna be like, "Well, I'm just gonna jump." Some niggas will jump into the water and be like, "Fuck it," but most niggas not, bro, because they thinking like, "Bro, I gotta get my kid through college. My kid go through a nice school."
It's
like,
unfortunate. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
My wife like nice things.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I have this shit happen, like, bro,
I get y'all right. It's unfortunate that I put cops to a higher standard.
No, they need to be. They need to be. They need to be.
It's just you have an opinion and a perspective he does and I do.
Yeah.
You know, that's all.
Yeah.
And the thing is like to see where those align and where they don't align. We just have a discussion about it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because then there might be a different perspective shown to you that you can say, "Oh, I didn't really think about it like that."
I always love. I tell you, I love those moments. Somebody tell
I
me
have those too.
Somebody tell me, I be like, I like that. It makes me feel like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, it make me feel like. I'm not the only person thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not the only person thinking.
True.
There are other people, contrary to what is projected, what is put out, other people that look like me, that really think their way through things and process their way through things.
That's facts.
And aim for the best outcome.
There you go.
Some of us live young, wild, and free. That's true. Some, but that's in any
Right.
ethnic
Any group.
Yeah.
True.
I just think that I work with a lot of law enforcement,
Right.
so I have to be very clear on where I align myself. The fact is this: I do know that.
Tell the people what you do.
I'm a social worker. I've been a social worker for 15 years.
Oh, that's good.
Out here saving lives, goddamn me.
Yeah, at least that's how I feel.
I
That's
feel
what
the same way.
I feel the same way too.
Yeah, because kids are like for real deal getting damaged by their people, their parents, their grandparents, their aunts and uncles, their siblings. And the type of child abuse that I deal with specifically is sex, physical, and child fatality. So like when kids are killed, when they're raped, when they're beaten, burned, all that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, the officers that I work with, they are just, most of them, if not all of them, are just as dedicated to resolving those situations as quickly as we get in. Like once we find out about that, that's tough. It's tough to sit in a room and hear somebody, a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 16-year-old, you know, giving you details about what their father did or what their uncle did or what their grandpa did to them in a sexual manner. That's sick. It feels. But you have to rationalize appropriately. You know, my emotion can't take over the situation.
That shit hard, ain't it?
Yeah, it is hard.
Oh my
Because
God.
then you can't, and if you consider this, your reaction is going to directly impact the child too. Right? So if this kid is telling me this and I'm like, oh my God, they're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be saying that.
Right.
You know, and then their story is quieted because I was not emotionally responsible with my actions or with my words or even with my facial expressions. I try very hard not to, you know what I'm saying, even with adults.
So
If you're talking to me, I just try to keep my face as
That's what
straight
I'm
as
saying.
possible.
It's a straight face
Yes,
most of the time.
yes,
like it's
yes.
just
You have to. And because
that shit hard,
even with
bro.
parents, if I
hard.
strongly believe that they did something and I still have to address them, it's not for me to present as if I'm judging. You'd be surprised what people want to tell you. Some people will flat out tell you the truth. Yeah, I did it because of X, Y, and Z. I was stressed out, got fired from work. We was all in the house. And if I come across as a judging person from the very beginning, they're not gonna even like stick their head through that crack. They're not.
Right.
So I want to leave the door open. Okay,
Right.
tell me what happened. I hate so and so and so and so. That's what they tell me the place I work. I hate that place. I hate it. And I say all the time, it's unfortunate that you hate that place. I am Deidre. I am not that place. I'm representing that place in this capacity. But give me a chance.
Exactly.
Give
That
me a
shit
chance.
real. That shit
And
real.
most of the time, it's very disarming to say that to somebody. They be like, oh. All right, so what you want then? Okay. Let's do that. You picking up what I'm putting down now. Let's go from there. Yeah, let's converse. Even if I know they're guilty, I still gotta be.
So is it hard to like? I'm trying to say, turn that off when work is over? Do you still think about that shit after work, knowing you got
Absolutely.
kids and shit, like, you know?
Absolutely, it makes me hypersensitive.
Gotcha.
When it comes to things specifically with my own.
Gotcha.
I don't, you know, I one of my pet peeves is when parents, I hear kids, maybe they're like 2, 3, even 6 and 7. Oh, my cookie hurt. And I'm like, a cookie is an inanimate object. Why the fuck would it be hurting? What are you talking about? And I have told my friends before, challenge your kids. Don't let them name their body things that it's not.
Right.
Say that is a vagina, that is a penis, these are breasts. Your kid needs to know what those things are, because if there is ever a time when you need to come to me and tell me something, I don't need to be trying to guess about what you're talking about. No, he touched my penis. That's what I need to hear, because now it's go time.
Right.
I don't want to be called my banana. No. Tell me what happened specifically. So I encourage all parents, teach your kids the correct words for anatomy. You don't have to teach them the D word or the P word, which as a 37-year-old, I don't even say those words.
Right.
However, you should teach them. Shut up. You should teach them vagina, penis, all of those things. They need to know their body parts, because that's how they learn how to be responsible with said body parts.
Right. That's true, because but like something that as a kid, I was super, like I was telling you before, I never really dealt with any traumatic experience. So say my mom, because my mom used to work, she would work from like 2 to 11:30 or whatever, and she would come pick us up from where we stayed at. 11:30, 12 o'clock, midnight, we get in the car, me and my sister. My mom always say, she'll ask us this: so while you was over there, did somebody touch you? Did somebody touch your private parts? Were you harmed in any kind of way? And it's literally like 12, 1 o'clock at night. You really don't want to hear this crap, like, you know, and nothing happened. You know what I mean?
But she don't know that.
Exactly, but
That's called screening. That's very appropriate.
I would say as a kid, you were
Very appropriate because I trust you. I have known you for 20 years. If my kids spent the night over here, and this is not to be offensive to you or my boo, I'm definitely running it down.
Erica do that shit
How's
too.
it going? What happened? You know, now depending on who is around, that's gonna who you were with is gonna gauge how hard I'm finna go with you.
I'm not disagreeing with the approach at all. I'm not, because I'm just.
You
I
gotta
guess.
know, man.
I guess I'm just. Like when he say like his mom would ask that shit, my mama wouldn't have never asked that shit. 'Cause
My mom didn't either. And
but
guess
I
what
guess
happened?
It
Guess
happened
what
to
happened?
you.
Yes. And then
That's
this is
it.
the part that made me angry about that. The person who did whatever they did, they would use conversation like, "This is okay. I love you. This doesn't hurt you." Now, there's no opposing conversation to that. To say if people love you, that's something they should not do.
Exactly.
Right? That's something that they should not do. They should not touch. They should not do all of these things. There was no opposing conversation, so I wish my mom would have asked those questions. Because it would have prompted me to think differently, because this is an adult, a full-grown adult giving me information, and as a child, I'm like, well, they can't be wrong.
Because even my mom used to always
Grown
say,
people tell you the truth.
if somebody touched you and they told you that they was gonna hurt me or do something, my mom would say this. They said they'll hurt me, they'll hurt you or something like that. Don't believe it. Tell me if somebody ever touched you or did anything to you.
But see, that generally comes from a person who went through something.
Possibly.
That perspective is embedded in somebody because something happened to them and there was nobody asking them those questions or saying those things.
Right.
Because an average person, they'll say, "Oh, those are no parts, or those are private parts," and and they don't really like harp on it. For your mom to ask you regularly, no matter the time, like, "Hey, is your body safe?"
Yeah.
That'd be my
That's
thing.
crazy.
Was your body safe while you were there? Your whole body. Your body is yours.
It wasn't no, and like I said on this podcast, and my mom got mad when I told her this. I was like, it was a crackhead you used to watch us.
Yeah.
And when this crackhead used to watch us, nothing happened. Like literally nothing physically, nothing. I never saw nothing crazy.
Yeah, you need to thank your lucky stars. Amen.
Yeah, for real.
Because trusted people out here violate.
I tell my daughter all the time, if nigga ever touch you, you let me know. I will be going to jail for it. That's a consequence I will take. Like,
let me warn
I want you to know that shit, bro. Like,
Listen.
I'll be thinking parents don't be wanting to do shit.
How
Like,
much does your daughter love you?
Oh.
Beyond. So if you say, "I'm going to jail," or somebody, that'll make her be like, maybe I better not say that. Because I want my daddy around. So even be careful with that. A lot of kids will say, "I didn't say anything because of that."
that's real.
I didn't want it to happen to my
That's
dad.
one of them. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Aha moments. Huh.
For real.
And maybe don't put the back in. You just gotta tell her your daddy's gonna protect you.
Let go.
So anything that ever happens to you, that it violates your body, your heart, your
Come
mind,
tell
just
me
let
shit.
me know.
Let me know. Shit.
Right, so that I can help you. And that's what I tell my kids. I need to be able to help you.
Gotcha.
And how I'm gonna help you might get me in trouble. But I'm not gonna tell them that because I don't want there to ever be any hesitancy for you to roll up on me and say, "Auntie, guess what? This is what happened. I know you told me so and so and so and so, and this is what he just did or just said. Okay, thank you for telling me. Now it had to be addressed."
I think my parents were too lax. Even like Reggie parents, Sam parents, all niggas I grew up with, like they all thought we can handle ourselves.
Nah.
Like, so we don't. They ain't in the back like they can handle. They good.
Like, I couldn't
they
go-
be all right.
But
now.
stuff be happening. in
No
y'all,
doubt,
too.
no
Like,
doubt,
I
no
would
doubt.
say-
You know what I'm saying? No doubt. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't, like, for instance, if I ever wanted to go to a friend's house, right? Or, like, friends in my I had a lot of friends in my neighborhood. They'd be like, "Hey, you want to come through?" They'd be like, "We finna go play the game." My mom wasn't at home because she was at work. And I had to call her or disturb her, so I go home. But when she would come home the next day, I say, "Hey, Ma, I want to go to such and such house, Cedric house, or whoever." You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, "All right, that's cool. Set up for me to meet their parents on the weekend
Correct. Before you go.
before you go."
Yes,
You
correct.
couldn't. You could.
Correct.
I could not go to nobody. Me or my sister could not go to nobody's house before my mom met the parents.
After whatever happened to me happened, it didn't matter if she met. My mom was like, "No,
Yeah.
you're not going anywhere."
Yeah.
That's the y'all.
crazy,
Any
man.
friends you have, they can come here.
Yeah.
Your cousins, they can come here.
Yeah.
And you're not going. Y'all are not. And eventually, she eased up that chokehold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it could have done one of two things to me. Being abused in that way, and of course, it's just to clarify, I'm talking about sexual abuse.
Right.
Being abused in that way can make you be one of two things. It can make you be really internal. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to deal with anybody. Or it can make you wild the fuck out.
Right.
And start going after everybody because what it teaches you is a feeling.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I was taught, a feeling. It was. I don't even remember what the person looked like. I know who he was.
Right.
But I remember the feeling
Yeah.
that I got from it. And it will make you seek, if we're being honest, it will make you seek that feeling out through a lot of like self-masturbation, stimulation. You seek that feeling. It's
Yeah.
the feeling that somebody, it's like, I would liken it to like taking a hit of drugs, right? If you hit crack, like you know what that feeling is, right? None of us are crackheads, FYI. We ain't never tried that. But if you hit it, it's my understanding. Be quiet.
Come on, don't be ignorant right now, man.
If you hit it, it's my understanding that you always you're chasing that feeling. It's the same thing as your first orgasm. You know what that's like now,
so you
but
chasing
understand a 9-year-old having an orgasm.
It's,
You don't know how to communicate what that is. You just know it's a feeling that you would like to feel again because it felt good. It was bad that it happened. It was bad that the person did it, but the thing felt good. Wow. That is so hard to be honest
shit
about.
deep,
That's so
boy.
hard
You know
to
what's
be honest
funny
about,
is
but it's
That
real.
shit deep, boy.
When
Oh,
you
that
read,
shit deep.
It messed up your sex life as a adult.
That shit
Me
deep.
and old boy, we used to like have issues with that because sometimes I didn't want that. I didn't want that, and
That's
it'll be
deep.
like, have you fully healed from that? I don't think so. I don't know if you ever do. Counsel. I went to counseling, did all the things. I don't know if you ever fully get over that trauma. Some people might say you do, and I hope that to be true, but
That shit
I don't
deep.
think I'm 100% over it. I'm probably a strong 85.
No, it doesn't shock me. Maya Angelou, she spoke about this in her book.
What book? That's
I
my favorite author.
think it was her, the autobiography. It was the autobiography.
I
can't
met her
think what it's
before.
called. But I had,
Yeah.
I've actually missed out on this and seeing her.
I can't fucking stand him. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. But
Why did
Maya
I fall
Angelou,
for that?
she talked about that.
Talk about what?
She talked about exactly what you were saying, that even though it was traumatizing and things, but it felt good.
You know, her experience was that she stopped talking.
Yeah.
She intentionally muted herself because when she told somebody that person had done something to her, she believed that her family went after him and killed him. So what she said was, my words are powerful. Because I said this person did this, he's now dead. So she chose not to speak for quite some time.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the same as telling your child, if this happened, I'm going to jail. Well, I'm not going to say it.
I'm not letting that shit slide. Fuck that shit.
You should
But I
not.
can tell that she felt that
You should
feeling.
not.
In the book, she talked about how she felt that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
And at 9, you can't reconcile that.
no.
At 10, you can't really say. You don't know how to articulate. This is the feeling that I had, and I didn't like what this person did or what they said, but that feeling, I did like that. The end of it, the feeling of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sounds so sick to me, and but I just gotta be honest.
I totally get it.
Yeah, you gotta
I
be
totally
honest
get it.
about
I feel like when we all have sex, it's pleasure.
Yeah, that's
right?
what you're seeking at the end.
That's what you're seeking at the end.
Yeah.
So as a kid, having sex, it is somewhat of a pleasure, even if you're being in a traumatizing state.
Yeah.
It's sick.
It ends for some. It ends in a pleasurable moment sometimes.
Sometimes. Nah.
Even though it's detrimental to you and very harmful.
Right.
It's really bad that grown-ups will take advantage of kids.
Of
that
a
way.
kid,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? But it happens very, very, very often.
On a lighter note.
Thank you.
I was going to go see Maya. No, this is the thing, right?
I love her.
So, I didn't have sex until I was 21 in
I didn't have
college.
sex until I was 19. I didn't have sex with the where it was my decision. Like willingly and purposefully until I was 19. So that's good.
Yeah, I was 21, right?
How was you?
5.
15.
5 would have been molestation.
I'm
Shit.
molested.
Oh my God.
So, no, I was 21 or whatever. So anyway, it was this girl I was messing with at the time or whatever. My first time at 18 I got hit. And then 21 I had intercourse, right? So I was getting head at 18.
Intercourse.
What you wanted to say?
I was penetrating at 21.
It sounds like you're teaching the health class. Nigga, what the...
So anyway,
We just got done talking about using appropriate terms for things.
Right.
Very good. Very
So-
good for you.
so this girl was giving me head or whatever. I was enjoying her. I liked her a lot.
Oh, you mean fellatio?
There you go. I was like, shit, where fellatio at, goddamn me?
Fellatio.
Fuck. You want to
Perfect.
mix it in and shit.
Yeah. I want to be niggerized. But anyway.
Oh my god.
So anyway, I was having a good time. So anyway, she was like, man, I gotta go see Maya Angelou.
Wait a minute. While she was
Yeah, like I was like, hold on.
no. While she was performing, she said that.
Hold on. It was like before.
Oh,
I'm
you trash then, nigga.
So I was mad.
Oh, Maya Angelou, why she give you?
So
She
I
ain't
was,
that fuck.
so I was mad, right? I'm low key mad. I'm like, hold on, man. Forget Maya Angelou. Come in this room and do this real quick.
You made me sound like a chill. I think shut your ass up, nigga.
Yeah, I was like, man, fuck that shit. Come on in this room, girl. Get to it. Right? So she came in.
I fuck with
She was doing it for a little bit, mind you. Her hair was horrible, but
That's a detail best left unknown.
Right.
I'm trying to get to the Maya Angelou.
So anyway, you know, she was doing it. Then she was like, I gotta go see Maya Angelou. You know, woo woo woo. Boy, I was so mad. I was like,
Is she a
man,
Biden new fan?
she really was. She really was. I was
That's
so
bogus. That shit
disturbed.
crazy.
She wasn't there.
But you know what's
Her
funny?
body was there, but she wasn't there. Listen. Women often do that. My body show up to the cause. My brain is way
So,
far gone.
no, you know what's funny?
Because y'all don't need our brain for sex. Y'all need our body.
We really don't.
I do. I don't know. I'm a different nigga.
Some do.
Fuck that. You do some shit like that, but like, hold on, bro. My penis going lip and every. No, what the
Like,
fuck?
where you at right
Yeah, like if you
Maya
ain't.
Angelou?
What the bitch?
Oh
What?
my god.
Oh, what? No.
That's like me just getting buzzed down.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you know, I gotta go
Nah,
check
I'm
on Louis
done.
Farrakhan. Like, what? Bro, what are we doing right
Yeah, I'm
now?
not done with that. Like, no, I'm done. Like, what we doing? No. If you ain't here, I'm not here. It's fuck.
No,
No
but
fun. So fun.
is that every time it has to be that way for you?
No, but I'm just saying, like, if
That's just a general preference.
yeah, like
A
it's
lot
fun
of
if both of
guys
us
I've
enjoying
learned-
it. Shit.
But it's not necessarily whether it's enjoyable or not, because your body will physiologically react to certain things. Your brain just doesn't always have to be there. You could be thinking about, like, you know what I'm saying? You got a wife with kids. She could be thinking, I got to get them to school on time. I got to get this and that.
No,
she
we ain't
could
fucking
be.
then.
That's
If he's thinking that
Because
way,
some dudes
yeah,
ain't on that. They be like,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm fucking doing
And
that.
while you writing your list, just
Nah,
lean over.
Yeah, see, nah, I ain't that type of nigga. Nah.
Get to it.
We lay in the bed. She gotta give me that.
Yeah.
And I rub or something. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, all right, yeah, we both want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Alright.
if I don't get no like little bump back, I turn over and go to sleep. Shit.
But see, this is the thing though.
Huh.
Like I dated somebody and I told him, listen, I don't want this relationship to start out physical. I want you to want me and not my body, right? Because he said, okay, that's fine. He never initiated any type of sexual contact with me after I asked him. I wasn't aware that I maybe had put my foot in my mouth.
What happened, bro?
Fucked up. Go ahead. Keep going.
We got something from recording
We
still?
got something going.
Nigga here.
I said, why don't you ever like make a move? And he was like, because what you told me like resonated with me. He's like, nobody ever told me that before. And I don't want you to feel like that's the only thing I'm here for or I'm after. But the backside to that is his sex was trash.
You
So
know,
I feel like dudes who have good sex, they'll be like, I hear what you're saying. Now I do. But once I give you a shot of this, you might feel differently. But when I got it, I was like, okay, I'm definitely standing on that. That was before we ever even did anything.
See, I guess niggas, I tell them niggas all the time. I be like, bruh, sex just don't move me like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like that. And Eric, that's one thing she hate it, but she
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
That she can't just come on there and just have a thong on and some silhouette and I be like, well, fuck all our problems that we just went through. Let me hit. No. Go take that shit. I don't give a. You can walk
Not
around
looking
it.
at her like a
You
peasant.
can walk around with that shit all you want. I don't
Oh.
like. Nah, we still got something that we need to talk about. Like, cause if this ain't gonna be. I don't want to have sex with somebody that I'm pissed off at. Like, that's not enjoy. Like, it's not fun. So, no.
I'm a very shallow person.
I'm not with
I
that.
have intentionally been upset and intentionally lured somebody into a situation and gave them the best sex I thought I could ever give them, just for the purpose of afterwards being ugly. That was a terrible thing for me to do.
Wow.
It was a terrible thing for me to do.
That's
At
savage.
38, I have learned a lot more things about Deidre than I knew very early on. One of those things is I don't know as much as I think I know. Right, and I'm only learning that from being in different situations with different people, whether it's professional, whether it's private, whether it's friendships or whatever. Just having myself exposed to people who know more or who may be doing more has allowed me to see, well, man, you don't really know everything.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, not even everything, because I know that you don't know as much as you thought you did.
Yeah.
Right, you don't know how much. And then, like for me, in any relationship that you get into, you play a part in whether it's going to be successful or not.
Right.
Know your role.
The old me would be like, if you did something to me, it's your fault that we fucked up. Period. It's your fault. But the new me is like, what bag did you carry from that grocery store trip?
Yeah.
What
I always
bag
say,
did
I be
you
like,
carry?
I mean,
I know what you done.
Translation is just accountability, right?
Yeah.
I've learned how to be more accountable now.
I mean, personally, for me, I feel like sometimes energies just don't mesh.
Gotcha.
That's just me.
You say energies?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
just your energy with another individual or whatever. But I'm a very shallow person, so I put that out there. That like V say, hey man, I don't care about sex. This is the thing. Like we was having a conversation at work the other day. This guy was like, yeah, man, I just can't have sex. You know, I want to hear a woman's mind and this, that, and third, and this,
that should drive me to the sex,
right?
bro. Conversation.
But you think you would be like that if you had been married for so long and you were still in the
I was
streets?
like that before that, though.
You were?
Like, I wasn't out here fucking a lot of girls. Like, I wasn't out
But
here like that.
It's not banging a lot of them, but it's like still needing that connection before banging them. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Cause like
I
I was
needed that
like,
connection, yeah.
he
Like
was
I said, I
like,
saw my pops with him with a chick.
Yeah.
So I always thought like when I
So you
get
had
a
a good
chick,
point of reference.
like this chick might be like, but nah, she ain't the one. Like I need to find that one. When I find that one that I like and I feel, I'ma rock with her until whatever happens.
Okay.
My bad.
I was like, for me, it was like, I'm be real with you, like, okay, like, dude, like, yeah, and he's all the other guys like, nigga, fuck that shit, and he was looking at me like, I like to have that intellectual, woo, woo, woo. I said, I'm gonna be 100 with you, bro. The world has told me that I'm this intellectual person or whatever, right?
You always say this.
They always say that to me. I was like, but personally, bro, when it comes to these women, bro, I'm trying to smash something. I don't too much give a damn about that conversation. I'm trying to get to it. Let's get to it. I want a woman to like me sexually more than anything. You know what I'm saying? That's probably horrible. That's probably a bad thing to.
Tell me, like, bro.
That's a bad.
As from my point of view, it's terrible because sometimes the best sex is attached to the worst motherfucker. For you, their sex might be amazing,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
but their person is not aligned with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's how you find yourself in baby mama, baby
Yup.
daddy situation.
Yup.
You find yourself
Yup.
in this motherfucker.
Talk that
you
shit.
know, in real
Talk that
life,
shit.
In real life.
And
so you gotta be careful.
And that's,
like,
I guess
who
I
you giving-
learned.
who you
I
giving
seen
penis
like
to.
partners go through that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight
So I always was like, nah, I'm not hitting chicks without no condom. I'm not trying to get no random
This
chick
is what I
quick.
tell my nephew.
All the time,
My
bro, I
nephew
thought
is
of that
9
shit.
years old. In this culture that we have grown up in, live in, or whatever, the emphasis is often put on the woman to keep herself pure, to keep herself sacred.
Right.
Parents do that.
Right.
Like it's a different standard for girls versus boys when it
Yeah.
comes to sex,
I
sexual
see my
conversation.
sister and my mom.
I don't ascribe to that. For me,
We
my
don't
nephew
either
and
here.
my niece are the same
Right.
when it comes to sex. I tell my nephew all the time. A woman can get pregnant, but not absent of some part of a man. His sperm, even if she went to the sperm bank, she might not have had sex with a man, but she needs that male species for that. So your sperm, your body is just as important as your sister's.
Right.
I am not putting the pressure on her not to do this, don't do that, don't dress like this, don't do that, and then let this little boy go wild and free. No,
Nope.
because he the one who can make the baby.
Right.
Like, so I feel like we as a culture have like got that twisted because he can make the baby and get up and go. And so all this pressure I put on my niece
Right.
to not be this person, somebody else wasn't putting pressure on their son.
Right.
He done came in here, slipped her a Mickey, and now she still got a baby, despite the pressure I put on her.
Right.
So no, put the pressure on your son too.
I put it on both of them. I tell
Correct.
you.
I think you should.
Hey, I let Trey know, bro, man. Don't be out, bro. You say, because I thought I bought that nigga some rubbers. And Erica was like, you need to go tell him, like, just because you bought him them condoms,
That's not
like,
condoned.
that's not a,
Permission.
you go out here in the fuck,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
all right,
It's
yeah, it
not
makes a lot of
permission.
sense. So I was like, bro, these ain't Cause I know you. I bought these because I know you fucking, and I know what can happen when you fucking without a condom. A baby can happen just like that.
Let me ask you a question. Would you give Lily?
Yes, when she get out there, because the only reason I gave Trey those because I knew he was fucking. I caught him sneaking out the house, going to a chick house at 3 a.m. What you doing?
Not to do homework.
Exactly. So I know you fucking. He told me, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So when he tell me now, my mind thinking like, how long you fucking before you told me? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of that shit like.
But at the end of the day, he told you.
Exactly. So I respect it. Like I understand it. So now, like me is trying to talk to him as a young adult, bro. Like, here these condoms, bro. I know you out here fucking. I ain't telling you to go out here and fuck, but I know you out here, and I know you might be in some situations
where offense is the best defense.
Bro, keep you these, and when you run out, don't be embarrassed to come ask me for more.
Right.
Because I will gladly go to the store and I will drop everything.
To buy diapers.
Yeah, bro. Like
personally, for me, it's hard for me to subscribe to telling. And I know you guys probably don't blast me for it, but it's hard for me to tell a young woman, like if I had a daughter, right, and I had a son, it's hard for me to tell my daughter the same thing I would tell my son. And the reason why I was
certain shit, bro.
Yeah,
I was about to say that's very general. You have to specify
certain
what are you
shit,
talking about.
like certain shit.
Sex. That's for sex.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's
for sex.
Okay, so tell me what that means then. What does it mean you won't tell them the same thing?
Like I would tell them the same thing for the very fact of how women have sex and how men have sex is very different.
What do you mean?
Meaning that a man has to seek a woman in order to have sex with her, right? Mm-hmm. A woman has to be. A woman could just be walking down the street and a man can come to her and talk to her, and it could go however it go, right?
You don't think women seek men to have sex?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
So there go one right there.
From a woman, we do.
Yeah. Okay.
When
it's just a different. It's a different type of. It's a different type.
I mean, it's funny because like
y'all is flagrant.
That's what it is, bro.
The thing that it is, right? Like for instance, I had never had sex until I was 21, right?
But why do you? We talking about. But why do you say? Why you say that?
Because a woman didn't seek my motherfucker.
No, but look, and then what else you say? You wet with women.
Bad. I'm horrible with women.
So that can play a part in it. I tell you all. You can be getting signals from women all your life and might not have known it because you what?
Right.
Bad with women.
But I feel say this: women can be bad with men and still have
no
sex.
doubt. I'm saying that,
You
but
know what I mean?
I'm just saying
like
you talking about.
But that's because you guys are very sexual in nature. Period. Women are too,
right?
But we are more coveted,
discreet with it.
Yes,
Solid
y'all
is.
are open, walk around with the thing hanging out, trying to see if you can poke it in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We might be thinking that,
bro.
but we're not going to say it or even necessarily act on it because really, women, just like men, you don't like rejection.
And do you think that's why men keep pushing it? Because some men know, like, yeah, you saying no, sweetheart, but I know what you really. And if I say the right shit.
Yeah, that's the code.
You know, if I say the right, because I know really that you want it just as bad as me. I'm just working.
But see, y'all got to pay attention.
You got the signs, because sometimes it's not like that.
Right. Because if I'm not answering you and I'm not really, and you just pressing me, I ain't there.
No doubt.
But
I can tell that shit. Yeah.
Out of 3 times, I pick up 2 and let you go to voicemail on the 3rd.
Yeah.
I want the chase.
You want the chase?
No
doubt.
No doubt.
You
can.
And your ass bad women. Look.
I don't know shit about what you talking
about. After that first time, she gave me one time. That's it.
Fuck it.
I'm done. I'm not chasing you. I'm done. So that's what I.
But
he don't see the sign.
To y'all point, what y'all told me about dating short men. For the record, I'm 6'4". I ain't dating nobody 5'2".
Yeah, you will.
I'm not.
I'm gonna find somebody.
And you are going to lose them too.
Okay, we'll see.
Now, I think that there has to be that 5'2" person could be fly as fuck.
Right.
Fly. Got wood out this world.
Right.
He can have cash. He can have everything. It has to be pad. I can't even see him initially to assess all of those things because I'm stuck on the fact that he's 5'2". And then women my size and height get fetishized. So in my brain, I'm thinking, am I a fetish for this dude?
Right.
Am I something for you to accomplish?
Right.
Because that's how a lot of dudes
Doing
they
too much
look
thinking,
at
bro.
me. They look at me.
Love overpowers all. What you talking about? You
gotta get to love. I'm not talking to no 5'2" to get to love.
You can look for that 5'2" nigga. You be like, man, I'm saying he can be around, and you can be like, that nigga do got some charisma. He might be fine too, but the nigga make me smile, the nigga come over here. I might get a nigga my number. I might. Man, fuck out of here, bro. Man,
I grew up with my mom and my sister in the house, right? Like I've said before.
The answer is nobody.
Like I said before, like I've seen my mom literally be on some shit like this, like
man, fuck out of here. I know, bro. I know.
I seen my mom be on some shit like this. Look, I don't really like this nigga. I don't think he attractive. I don't think shit of this nigga. But hey, y'all want some rice food? Y'all want some Chinese food today?
See, but I'm not of the mindset that I choose to use anybody, because that's what that is.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if your choice is to use, your choice has to be used.
Yeah.
You understand? Because he gonna want something.
Right. So like,
He gonna want something.
So like,
He gonna want your time. He gonna want your ass. He gonna want something.
right. And after
His money back.
some like right. I'd be quite fair with you, right? If I'm with a woman and you not giving me no sex, but I see my mama literally nigga come through. Nigga ain't get a hug. Nigga just got some top quality goddamn time. And she was like, yeah, I'm about to go to sleep.
But look how that damaged you.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling them. I'll be like, bro.
Now you on some like, if she
Yes.
because my mama was
Yes.
like this, I can't get played.
I mean,
Yes.
But you can't bring that in your
But I can say
Exactly.
reality
because
though.
everybody's not like that.
You right.
There you go,
You're
bro.
right.
Because like, consider this. Me and you, you're too short and I'm too tall. I know I'm too tall for you, you're too short for me. But listen,
You are
just
extremely
in a
beautiful,
perfect,
though.
thank you. In a perfect situation, right? Say we were sitting somewhere kicking it. I have a thing about being touched without permission.
Right.
But that's literally because of trauma. Don't put your hands on me.
Right.
Don't lustfully touch me.
Right.
Not him, he's an idiot.
Right.
But don't lustfully touch me.
Totally.
Yeah, he is crazy. But don't do it without my permission.
Right.
So if we were sitting on my couch, just
Right.
hypothetically, we're sitting on the couch, and the vibe you get from me is, this bitch don't want nothing with me. That could be completely wrong because I have these boundaries set up. I'm not going to touch you,
Right.
and you are not allowed to touch me until we.
Right.
I could like you very much,
Right. Oh
but
my
I
God.
don't feel comfortable with that. Don't put your hands on me.
Right.
Don't do any of those things. Don't do that. And you could read the the cue like, she just not into me. That could be the furthest thing from my mind.
Right.
I'm not thinking about that.
But you know what's extremely interesting about that? What you said, like with touching.
Yeah.
I don't like to hug women,
Yeah.
any woman,
Yeah.
period, because that was kind of taught to me as a kid. You know, my mom would say, look, when you into a woman, the first thing you never do is go up and touch her. That could be
do that
very.
shit
That
But
could
I'm
be-
saying even in an intimate setting, I said at my house,
Oh,
on my
yeah.
couch. But you might as a man assume I can slide a little closer.
no.
I can rub her.
And
I
I
can
feel
put my
say-
arm around
and I
her.
feel
And
say-
I'd be like,
Me, you gotta initiate that shit with me, or we be sitting there looking dumb,
Exactly.
bitch watching a movie. Why this nigga ain't touch
I
me?
think, I think the
Shit.
same is true for me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I
that.
had to be.
Yeah.
You have to seek me out, but
Yeah.
it's not because I don't want to.
There you go.
It's just
There
because
you go.
of the things that are built up in me.
Right.
And it's not. And I told somebody before, like, listen, I don't want you to take this personal. I am never, hardly ever going to seek out sex with you. Hardly ever.
Right.
Hardly ever. But it's not because I don't want the sex.
Right.
That's just not what I don't do that.
Right.
I don't feel comfortable doing it. I don't do
Right.
it. The most I would get if we land down, like you said, and you scoot back, you know what I'm saying? I know, like, like let me get closer.
Right.
You know what this is, so either you're going to pick up what I'm putting down or not.
Right.
Exactly. I need the sign.
I just say, cause like for instance,
I feel just.
But
like,
that come from talking though. So if we had this discussion and I said we getting to know each other and we gonna date, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? These are some quirks about me,
right.
right? I don't want you to feel any kind of way dealing
Right.
with me because I actually like you. But these are the things that you might perceive as a hindrance,
Right.
right? These are something that it might be offensive to you that I don't want you touching me. I tell people, don't touch me with lust. Don't grab my ass
Right.
and crotch me or scream. I hate that. Don't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do that.
Right.
And the reason I don't like it is because it tells me that you're lusting after me.
Mhm.
I want you to touch me with love sometimes.
Right.
Whether that's just a hug, a kiss on my cheek, or you know what I'm saying? You don't
Yeah.
always gotta grab me in the, you know.
Cause it's funny to me, cause like for instance, I say I'm horrible with women. I used to be in rooms with women by my damn self at 11 o'clock p.m., 12, 1 o'clock, woo woo woo. But I wasn't smashing. You know what I mean? Maybe they were giving me.
What does
clues.
it mean to say you're horrible? What do you mean?
I want to smash it though.
Does that mean horrible? What does that mean though? What does it mean? Wait, not smashing means you're horrible with women?
Yeah.
No. There's got to be more to
Look,
that.
you know what he say? He say, bro, I'm everything a black man supposed to be. I'm intelligent, I work, I take care of my shit.
Yeah.
Why are these women not seeking out me? Why are they going for these fuck niggas? I don't understand it.
That's a listen. This is the realest shit.
Go ahead.
It's a reflection of self-value.
You true.
That has nothing to do with you.
Right.
That have to do with what she feels she can obtain.
Yeah, bro.
Because if you deal with the, say the woman is maybe not as educated, or she got a couple of kids, or she's not in the best position in her life, to see somebody like you might intimidate her. And she might feel, without even saying.
You look at, you don't think that shit, but like,
because if I can't meet you where you at, you have to back up something.
There you go.
Now, and then I'm gonna feel less than because
There
you had
you
to
go.
back up for me.
You know what's funny?
There you
My
go.
mom always say that. She'd be like, people are intimidated.
You love the fuck out your mama, bro.
I do.
That is a major point of reference for you.
I do. I love
That
my
is a major.
My mom
point
is
of
great
reference.
to me.
Yes, that's
and,
very good.
And it's funny, like we have these conversations, and I be like, "Ma, you don't understand." But my mom will tell me that me and my mom talk literally every day, 2 or 3 times a day. Before I go to work, I be want to go to sleep.
And you say you have a fiance.
I do.
Is that impactful on y'all's relationship?
Maybe.
Easy honest.
Wait. Okay. We don't want to get too personal.
Maybe.
I was just curious about that because I think I would take some issue
With that.
at some point.
Yeah.
Because the plan is to be married,
Right.
right?
True.
And I don't want to be the person who, when we go pick your mama up, I got to decide if I'm going to stay in the front or get in the back. I don't want to be that person.
No, you know what's funny about
I don't
that?
wanna be that
It ain't that serious.
I'm just saying.
No, it's not
It's
as
simple too. It's just big at the same time.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what I'm like?
And he looking at me like,
Like, what we gonna do?
No. What's funny about that is that 9 out of 10 times my mom come pick us up. You know what I mean? And I get in the back.
But see, that's, oh my God, that makes that a lot easier.
Yeah.
But in the instance where you were to pick your mama, did
Yeah.
your girlfriend get in the back or your
Who
fiance?
get in the back? Oh, I ain't know. That's a
I
good
ain't
question.
never had that happen.
Okay, hypothetically though, what would be your expectation, regardless of whether it's not?
I don't got no expectations of nobody. They do what they want to do.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not an alpha male. Hey, dude.
That's not alpha. That's not alpha.
Get to it.
So they just gonna be arrogant and you just sitting in the driver's seat like, hey yo, we gotta get the ball. We gotta
Yeah.
get the ball, man.
Get the shit done.
You
Come
gonna
on.
come on the radio?
Hey.
You probably will practice a ball.
Y'all figure it out.
Both of y'all get in the
I
back.
know on the serious tip though, that happens on other instances with me. Where, for instance, it's kind of like they both can have a complaint about something when it comes to one another, right? And like it's hard for me as a man because it's so small and so insignificant in my eyes that I'll be like, bro, y'all can't figure this shit out. And
But see, I think that probably speaks to what I just said.
Yeah.
That's not about the thing.
Yeah.
It's about the position.
exactly.
It's not the thing.
And
Every little thing
Yeah.
is gonna keep being a big issue.
You know what?
Until the position
Yeah.
is
You
defined.
know what was hard for me, bro? Taking Erica's side over my mama's. Cause
Yeah.
I had to finally understand, like, I'm starting my own family. Like, I'm starting my own traditions.
You
I'm
know
starting
what's
my
funny?
own shit. Like, shit that she tell me, I just can't rock with it because you say I gotta go talk with my wife because we share this house. I'm not sleeping with you.
You know what?
None
You
of
know
your like.
But see, it's sad that you have to feel like you're in a position to take a side, as
yeah.
opposed to just
Man.
create a boundary.
Yeah.
It's not a side. Just create a boundary.
Yeah.
You my mama. You gonna always be my mama. However, this is my wife.
This is my
and
wife.
as you said, this is our family. We're creating this thing.
Creating something.
And you can continue to pour into me, but keep in mind, we are pouring into this household.
Exactly.
Right.
And I give you an example with like I said, I talk to my mom every day. We can get into it, you know what I'm saying? And me and my mom get into it bad. And
Shout out to Mama Curse.
Yeah, for real.
Hope to meet her.
Man, I'm just being
Mama
honest
Curse.
about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get into it really bad about these things.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm taking my girl side, or I'm taking, you know what I'm saying? I'm hey, woo woo woo. And this, that, third, it goes really bad, and sometimes it hurts me.
Of course, because you're in the middle.
Yeah, it hurts me.
Yes,
It hurts me.
keep hurting you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be like it really hurts me, and it be
Pick a side, nigga.
You're not trying to be what? sensitive? What you gonna say or what?
No, I try not to. How do I put it? I want to be right. You know,
Or do you want to be in love?
Interesting.
You ain't answered.
I didn't answer it because, like, literally, I want to be right. I want to be out. Like, if you say, "Do you want to be in love?" Hell, I want to be in love. I want to be right about that.
Well, that's going to require you to do some searching because there will be times where you have to practice concession. You're going to have to concede.
Yeah.
You cannot win every single thing and expect a person to continue being in love because now it's about domination.
Right.
You say, I'm not an alpha male, but I want to be right all the time. That's the epitome of alpha. Like, I need you to reconcile that.
Telling his ass. You don't hear it. He be like, no, I'm not. I be like, bro, yeah, you is, bro. No, I'm not, bro. I be like, you hear how you talking right now?
You know, it's funny though, because like I don't consider myself an alpha male.
Your consideration is not the same as what your actions are.
Yeah,
be
exactly.
mindful of that.
Yeah.
What do your actions say?
There you
I would
go.
say I'm not an alpha female. I'll be lying. My actions say alpha. They do. They do. But
Own that shit,
I
bro.
don't want to be.
Right.
I would like to have some points of submission or
You
where
know
I don't
what I
have
think?
to guide
You know why I think I say that? Because when I'm around other males, I submit. I mean, well, I give in. I'm not gonna fight with you niggas about this bullshit because
maybe that's why you want to be right with your girl then.
no, I mean
Exactly what it is. That's that Derek shit. He go home with his wife and shit. He got no power at the house, so he come to work and just take it out on all the employees. Like, yeah, I can't do shit at the crib, but you know
I mean,
what?
because like even like for instance with my girl, right?
But then that's so much more important for you to concede to her than a nigga on the street.
Right.
She literally is attached to your life.
Right.
You know, y'all share intimacy, y'all share kids, y'all share bills, y'all share a household, y'all share a family.
Y'all share
So
that.
why not be willing?
Don't share that shit
to
with them niggas
concede
on the
with
street.
her? Exactly.
Yeah.
Like why be so willing to? I ain't fighting with y'all, but I guess the perspective could be because I don't really care what they think anyway.
For real.
I guess that could.
I mean, because like literally before I typically I have hair on my face. I don't look like how I look now.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm at work and when I'm around other people, niggas be like, why the fuck this nigga look like this? And I be like, fuck all you niggas. You niggas are all trash. Do you take care of your kids? I don't say that, but I think that in my head.
Right. Nah, I'm one of them niggas too.
You know what I mean? Like I personally,
I hear you, bro.
I don't have a high regard for men. Period. You know what I'm saying? All you niggas are trash. And
Fuck you,
garbage to
nigga.
me. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
So
nigga.
I be
so interesting.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about this often. That is so interesting to me.
What?
That you feel like that about me. And I think that's because of an absentee father.
True.
And the reason you put so much weight on your mom,
Yeah.
her opinion, is because she was there.
Yeah.
She was there. She showed up. She showed you how to do
Yeah.
X, Y, and
I mean that's real talk. Cause like I don't
But then you want to be.
That alpha.
No. But he wants to he's concerned with the well-being of his dad. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
That's like to me. That's a juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I mean,
I'm out.
Yeah.
For me, I'm out.
I mean, like,
I don't care how you doing. That's your business.
Well, I would
sir.
say, for instance, like with my father, right?
You are a contradiction. I concede to that.
Thank you, man. Got it on camera. A contradiction.
Maybe not for the reason you described up front, but for my own reason that I've discovered throughout this conversation.
I am a contradiction, man.
Yes, I would agree.
I'm a real contradiction. But no, like with my father's family. Family is a different sort of value to me. Men, women, if you're family, you family. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that because their family fucked them over. Like I was telling you off camera, I was saying that I put all part the very fact that I never went through like no physical traumatizing or craziness in my life. I put everybody that's been in my life a part of that for that not happening, right? So that's family. As far as you niggas outside of here, I don't know what the fuck you got going on. I don't really care. I'm not around you. I don't know what you do. You could be molesting your kids. I don't know.
Your
family could be doing the same shit.
Right.
Oftentimes they are.
Right. But I can say I don't know of that.
Let's talk about that. And you don't know because people be putting it under the carpet. Why do y'all think families do that? Is it the shame of it? Is it the
nobody talks about that.
That's my point I'm making.
That's true.
And then what it teaches you is to exist from a traumatic standpoint.
Right.
Like you just gotta exist.
Right.
And then the people still
shit.
come around. You still have to be. I've seen so many kids like on Christmas they still, my grandpa is we having Christmas at his house and he been fiddling and faddling with me and we still go. My mom take us there.
You want me to
Like,
tell you what's interesting about what you're saying? It's things that with my mom family, right? That I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so as I got older, my mom, she always say, I don't tell you guys these things because I feel like you wouldn't have been able to deal with it at 12 or 14. So I tell you these things when I feel like you can deal with it. So it was things about my mom's family that she revealed to me that I was like, oh, damn.
That's particularly important when you have kids.
Yeah, you know, I was like, oh, shit, I didn't know this happened.
Yeah.
Or, damn, I didn't know blah, blah, blah was this.
Yeah.
But it's very, she tells us, I feel like personally at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but you don't really have a point of reference to the wrong time because the information coming from her.
I'm wary of everybody. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Like you know what my family like? You know what my family is like? When you know y'all be watching Fast and the Furious? Like them niggas on Fast and the Furious. They different, they just friends, but they really like family. They loyal to each other. That's how I feel like Reggie, Sam, y'all like y'all my family cause like the family that like I ain't cool with my pops because like I feel like if you my family, you held to a higher standard. So you shouldn't be doing some of the shit you're doing because you know what? I got friends and that wouldn't even think of doing that shit to me.
Because of the respect.
Exactly.
Because love and respect ain't
exactly. So therefore, my family, like I consider like, yeah, I got family. Yeah, you can say that shit by blood, but if you really gonna use that blood, like be heard up, get on that pedestal and stand on that pedestal like you're supposed to be. Cause I will, bro. Like I'm loyal and I'm that dude. If you humans are humans, bro. Fuck that family. We from the same blood. Family can fuck you over, bro, and you just supposed to be cool with it. Like, family, bro.
Hey, I get exactly.
Nah, bro, you family. You ain't supposed to fuck me over, bro.
In the first place.
You know what I'm saying? You family, bro. Like, so what I'm just supposed to get over because bro, I don't rock like that. And you can say I'm cold hearted. Nah, bro, I don't rock like that, bro. At all. That shit eggs me, bro. Eggs the fuck out of me. Like, nah, we gonna use that family shit, bro. We gonna use that family shit, and I treat you different than I treat other motherfuckers, bro, cause you family, bro. Yeah. But if you treat me like a random nigga on the street, nigga, ain't no way, we family, bro. It can't be, bro. You don't give a shit about me, bro. Like you don't, bro. You don't care, but nah, bro. Fuck no. Like I'm big on that shit, like.
And you know what?
Hell nah.
Even for V to be my friend, right? And I come from something totally different than that ideology, in regards to family. It's like you stick with your family no matter what the issue is, what the bullshit is, right?
I can't describe to that.
I respect it though. I get it. I get how V grew up, why he think that way.
And I get when you explain to me, I get I get it,
like
bro.
Even for me to say, my mom don't tell me certain shit about the family until I get to a certain age. Mm-hmm. So I've gone through this earth thinking this person is.
But see, that would piss me off. That would piss me off because of the simple fact I've built a false relationship or a false perception of this person, and you knew they was fucked up.
Right.
Now I'm not saying I would be mad at my mom. Not that.
Yeah,
I'm saying like my own self. I would be like, bro, why would you? Right. It's like I know who the person is who did whatever he did to me. If my cousins are around this same person with their kids, it's my obligation to then say, watch your motherfucking kids around.
He shouldn't even
watch your kids around, wherever he might be.
Yeah.
If he come around on a holiday, if he watch your kids around, I feel like that's my and I mean it's my obligation immediately.
Right.
It's not when I think you're ready to handle it.
Right.
Because when I think you're ready to handle it, you might be needing to handle it right then.
Well, I think what is interesting about
it just depends.
Yeah, I feel like it depends because I think what's interesting about how my mom would do certain things is that I can see how like when you're around these certain type of family members, we're not around them a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So then as we get older, I'd be like, oh, they cool or they're not that bad. And then my mom started telling me these things that happen.
She eased you into it.
So she eased me into it, but she also protected me from.
She's not gonna let you be around these people for shit to happen like that. Like, we'll be around them and come and say hi and dip, but I'm not gonna be. You're not staying on mine. Like I know that shit.
I told y'all, my mom was on some. So
as a kid,
y'all come over here, but they are not coming over there.
As a kid, you'll be like, oh man, they cool or whatever. And then my mom like, oh well, this happened 1, 2, 3. You know, telling me this shit. Like, oh shit, well fuck them niggas. We ain't going around them niggas. You know what I mean? They family, and when family reunions come around,
thinking back.
Yeah,
I was in the room, but that nigga was. I remember that nigga.
Yeah,
that looked like.
You start thinking back like.
Yeah, but when you have family reunions, and I think it's great because you don't become so judgmental because you nothing happened while you were around them, but you understand, hey, you it's a short term that you around these people. It's a family reunion. Everybody now in the open, we talking. Whoop. Hey, how you doing?
I don't know,
Moving
certain
on.
shit I can't rock with family.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck you family. Like I said, I don't give a fuck you family or not, nigga. I don't give a
Let me
fuck.
tell you something.
I'm not talking to that
If I know
nigga,
you out
bro.
here- Straight up.
I'm not talking to you, bro.
If you out here like really on some file, like anything at all to do with some kids, I don't have any understanding.
Exactly. You come
I
to
don't have any
me. You
understanding.
come to me just like, hey, how, nigga? I'm the nigga that's gonna say, bro, get the fuck out my face, bro. I'm not. Why are you shaking my hand, my nigga? Don't you be on
But
that?
why
bro?
are you trying?
Yeah, like why are you here, bro? Like why? I'm gonna be the nigga
But
that's turn
you
up,
know
bro. Like
what's-
leave that shit
you know
away
what's
from me, bro. Don't come
interesting?
over.
I might not turn up, but I'll be like, I'm just not with it. So
Yeah,
I'm turning up, my nigga. Like I'm be
You
life
know
party
what's
gonna be me
interesting
now,
about
bro.
that? For me, it's like I don't know if that in my family. It was other things that were.
It's in there, I bet.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It's unfortunate because that happens.
Everybody
Yeah, it
family.
happens a lot. But you know, it's. I can say, for instance, for me, it's like I don't know
I
of
need some
that.
more water. B, can you put some more ice in that cup?
Gotcha.
Hey man, you need me some ice too?
Yeah, man.
Hey,
I'm a guest, buddy.
my big cup right there.
So I get some ice.
appreciate it, my nigga.
Wait a minute, y'all.
You hungry?
Hey! No, y'all is plural. You good, buddy?
You right.
I have enjoyed this conversation.
I would say. I would say. We taking a break?
Yeah, it's probably straight.
We taking a break? I got stretch.
It's a cool conversation.
You're 10. Man, I'm dumb first. We got this hot box, literally. Oh, this is so dope.
Yeah.
Erica is everything. I just told him this is so cute. Your little motivation? A little Erica motivation? Oh, it is hot. You warned me.
No water in the good.
We gonna keep going.
What you do, E? That don't sound like
What happened? You ran out of storage?
Yeah. I had to go to my cousin's pool party today.
So did we catch our stuff?
Caught a lot of.
And a lot of it you didn't catch too?
Damn. But it's good. I mean, I love to keep it on audio too, especially like very deep, personal conversations like this.
Yeah.
So pretty good. So we still got this one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
you
really
know,
what a podcast is about.
It's really what do you call it?
You got the video done?
What is it called? It's cathartic.
Yeah.
That's my little base.
Yeah.
It's cathartic to have those conversations because
Yeah.
different strokes for different folks, but it
Yeah.
is good to see how people's stuff go together.
Yeah. I mean, like I was telling my friend the other day, the way I look at me doing podcasting with you, or anytime I do a podcast, I try to capture the black experience, and this is the black experience.
Definitely because we the black people.
We're the black people, so you have your experience from Detroit.
Correct.
V has his experience by way of Detroit. I mean, Chi-Town and Dallas, and then I have mine from St. Louis and Dallas.
Do you know the one thing I can appreciate about this guy? What I learned early on was he really only speak when he got something to say. Otherwise, he'd be playing. Otherwise, he'd be joking.
Yeah.
If he really wants you to know something, you're gonna know it. Otherwise, he just gonna play so much.
Yeah.
But he kept us like,
That's what I say.
because it works between me and him because I'm very serious a lot of the time.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
I'm
I'm sarcastic and got my little smart mouth
Yeah.
jokes and stuff, but for the most part, I'm a serious person.
a serious person.
He's
too.
not. That's why I get along.
Nah, yeah, me
No,
too.
he's
Cause
not.
I'm a
Until
serious.
he is.
I'm a serious person, but I laugh at my own jokes that nobody think is funny. So that's who I am.
Shit
There's
hilarious.
water in my cup. Water.
That shit hilarious.
Water.
It's
Water
drink-
with ice.
It's drinking my cup, you know what I'm saying? But nah.
That's why that J. Cole line resonate with me. He say never say a lot, only what need to be said. I don't say a lot. I play a lot, but
Yeah.
I need to say something.
Yeah,
say
I agree.
it.
I agree.
Nigga, you ain't
but
like that.
no, for real. He been like that for 20 years.
No, play a lot, bro.
20 years. Play
I fuck
too
with
much.
you, you know what I'm saying? We hit it off the real.
I fuck with
Did
that.
we? Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. We had a crew. We was like 10 deep.
When y'all was in South Carolina? Yeah.
I had a girl crew.
Let me
And
ask
then my friends still, he know my friends like Tia and Kuya, you know what I'm saying? Like we still friends to this day. Best friends.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How did you end up in South Carolina? What was like that process of you going to college in South Carolina?
I graduated high school, and
You
my grandmother told me, back off. Back the fuck off, actually. My grandmother told me, you have to leave Michigan. I scored decent on the ACT, so I could have gone to school in Michigan on a scholarship. But I'll say my childhood, even up into my teenage years, would not have allowed me to be successful if I would have remained in Detroit. I needed to get away from that place. And my grandmother had the foresight to say, I am taking you very far away. And that's how I wound up there. And it was probably one of the better decisions that ever happened in my life. Yeah. From South Carolina, of course, I graduated college, and I ended up in Texas because my grandmother moved here from Detroit. And she was like, you're not going back there.
It's interesting you said that because my mom, for instance, she always say to me that I left St. Louis when I was my freshman year of high school. I went to my whole high school career was here in Texas. But my mom always she say that if you would stay in St. Louis, I don't know how you would have turned out.
I have an idea. I would not have been that successful, I would say, because I do consider myself having been successful with my life and the tools that I had to get through it up until this point. I do feel like I've been successful.
Yeah.
I don't have any biological children. It's not necessarily by my choice, but I don't. I feel like I'm gainfully employed. Actually, I work 2 jobs.
That's crazy.
And
So I think everybody.
I'm sorry. What is your other job?
I do it's social working. I do visitation for non-custodial parents if they have like court orders and stuff. So social work is like my thing. My cousins are in social work. My grandmother's in social work. It's what we do.
Right.
And I think I just have a knack for like helping people and sometimes reading people. You know, like and being able to like relate to people at the place that they are, and then maybe give them a little bit of a different perspective. To me, it's all manipulation.
I'm finna say, what you think of me?
I think,
Honest opinion?
Byron, what else would I give? What else would I give? I think that
You're confused.
no. I think that you will be a very successful person. Because I think you kind of strong in your thoughts. You kind of able to articulate well. I do think like your relationship, you gonna have to work on like the boundaries with the mama and the girl, because I think that will put you in a very trying situation and keep you there.
Yeah.
You know, if you're always like forced to choose one or the other, like I don't want to choose.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you this, that whole want to be right shit, I think you have to replace that with I want to be successful. I want to be true. I want to be authentic. Because being right, that don't always feel good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't always feel good to be right. And it can get you in some fucked up situations. Because I used to have that. I want to be right. That's why I said, or do you want to be in love?
Yeah.
Or do you want to be successful?
Right.
Or do you want to be a good person? You know?
Right.
Because wanting to be right doesn't equate to all of those things.
Right.
Not all the time.
Right.
Sure. That's what I think. I think you got some good potential.
Hey, you know what's funny? I never thought about being right in that regard, because like I typically think of being right as like shit. When I'm 80 years old, you look at my life, you be like, that nigga made the right decision.
But that's being all right. At 80, that's being all right.
You know what I mean?
You understand? Like I'm all right.
Yeah.
I lived a good life. You know what I'm saying? I made some good decisions. I was a good person.
Yeah.
Don't mean I was right in every situation.
Right. But I be like, shit, I lived to 80, nigga. Forget what you talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Just be mindful of that.
No, but I
especially with a wife.
yeah. That
or
makes
a
me
wife coming.
That makes me
Cause she gonna try you. With that right shit. She gonna try you.
Yeah, for real.
Women, we do that.
Yeah, man.
We do that.
I be like,
Because for us, it's an issue of, do you really want to be right or do you want to be with me?
yeah.
And just because you don't have to be right, it doesn't mean I'm fighting to be right.
Yeah.
That's where the issue comes in. Like, maybe sometimes you might feel, if I'm not right, then that means I'm wrong. No, doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It just means what you see is different than what I see. And we should be able to talk about that and carry on.
I enjoyed this conversation because I do think I think like that. Because I'd be like, man, I'm not right about this situation. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And I'm like that with everybody, even with this nigga. You know?
But because your right don't have to be mine.
Right.
We have totally different life experiences.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's like a general fact that we can Google or, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying,
it's
something like that, you
empirical
can't
evidence.
yes, you're right. But if it is like,
Come on, perception, the way
yeah,
we
you
grew
can't
up,
say,
you can't say
what
it's right
my
or
right
wrong.
is.
Well,
Yeah, you
you
can't
can't
say
say.
that. What you can say is it's different. Your
There
lens
you
is
go.
different. Your
There
looking
you
lens
go.
is different than mine.
There you go.
And as opposed to be right, to make that as an opportunity, take it as like a teachable moment. Allow yourself to be teachable and learn something, especially as a person who feels like he's learned and he's intelligent. You take every opportunity to stay intelligent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I don't know so much. I don't know so much about that. Tell me more about it. That's my favorite thing to say.
Right. Yeah, true.
It's hard, but we can do hard
You know what's
things. That's
funny?
my mantra. I can do hard things. I tell myself all the time, oh, this hard, this hard. It's hard to work 2 jobs and have these 2
Yeah.
kids. It's hard, but I can do hard things. That's literally my mantra. I can do hard things, and every time I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. It's funny, like I was saying earlier, even with the intellectual, oh, you the intellectual. I never consider myself intellectual. I never consider myself anything that a
Who
lot of
has
people.
labeled you as such?
A lot of people.
Based on what?
Having conversation with people.
And just going to his house and that nigga not having no furniture in the house, but having only books. I think you're intellectual because you just sitting around fucking reading
But
books.
that's a very shallow perception for somebody to come
Right.
in and have.
'Cause it'd be
If
like-
you got books. Are you reading them?
Yeah, are you
What
reading
doing?
them?
No, but I'm saying like at work, he
Talk
tell me he read books.
Yeah.
Like, I read books, I read this book,
Yeah.
I read that book.
Yeah.
But then I go to your house and see the extent of how many books you have and no furniture in that bitch. So, no, you more than just what you telling me at work.
How do
You
you practice
read
that?
books, niggas. Like, you read, nigga. Like, nah.
How do you apply those things? Because you're just going to be a walking library? Do you know, like in African culture, some of them, they have like grids.
Yeah.
So they read
Mhm.
or they recount information verbally. So if you've read all of this stuff and got all this
Right,
information,
right.
like how do you share it with other people, say him like myself or whoever else? Like what do you do with the information?
I look at information like this. Whether I get it from a book, whether I see it through life, that's what is projected out to you and who I am. So if me and you having a conversation right now, everything I've read, everything I've saw, everything I've done is what is your
Part of the conversation.
What
Okay.
part of the conversation?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even I could like you say, you good at reading people.
Mhm.
I could be horrible at reading people and still project that out to you. You know what I mean? I like me come to my house saying books. Maybe I don't know what the book is really saying. You know what I'm saying? But I did actually sit down and read it, and you don't know if I know how to read or not. But
That's my point.
It's projected to
That's
me.
my point. Like,
Yeah.
because I saw that in your house. What are you doing with that?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing with that? Is that demonstrative in your behavior,
Uh-huh.
in your conversation, in your action?
Am
Like,
I-
how are you demonstrating that you have a
That
wealth
nigga
of
don't put me.
information?
He put me on some lot of shit that I. That's
That's
why I
dope.
felt like some shit I ain't know. I'm like,
That's
I
dope.
never heard of that before. Who the fuck is this guy? What?
Yeah.
Talking about all these leaders he don't read. What the fuck is like? What?
I mean, like personally,
And that's why I fuck because I don't know. Like I tell you, I don't know
Me
a lot
as
of
a-
history, my
me
nigga.
as
Or
a
shit
person-
like.
I
He
don't
just put me some shit.
particularly
And I be like,
I'll
I do
be
now
honest
'cause
with
I'm
you,
old.
as a
When I was
kid,
young, I didn't give a fuck. But now I'm older.
I wasn't good with math.
Me.
I wasn't good with science, but it was. My mom put me in a predominantly white Christian school when I was in 3rd grade, and the only book that I took home as a kid was my history book. And I would take that home and I would read it, and I'd be looking at it. I'd be like, I was just into reading about different people and history, life, things of that nature. You know what I mean? And I've been like that since I was a kid. My mom and my sister would tell you that as far as standardized education, Eric's not that great. Like, meaning when you go to school and you tell him to read this book, he's probably not gonna read it, or if you know, it's really on his own time. So if I went to an English class and they say, hey, you can pick your book, right? I pick my book, and my English teachers in high school, they'd be like, whoa, you're reading Langston Hughes, you're reading Invisible Man. I'd be like, well, right now I'm into the Harlem Renaissance. That's just what I'm on at that time. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that I'm a standardized smart person. I just say that I'm into what I'm into at that moment.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's
he be on
just
some-
how I
and
take
look,
things.
what and even like me saying, yeah, he got library. I mean, he got fucking books and nigga worked at a library. Nigga just around books, bruh.
Yeah.
He telling me he read books. I go to the nigga crib, he got no furniture, stacks of books.
That's his hobby.
And then on
That's his
fact,
hobby.
the nigga work at the library. So
That's
no, the
his
nigga read, bruh. Like I ain't no dumbass. Like Nah, this nigga doing, he ain't just around.
Yeah, no, not that he's not reading. I was curious as to how do you apply those.
Oh, no, he
Yeah, I mean, I applied it. Like, I give you a perfect example, right? So, when I came back from college, right, I was feeling, I went 2 years at Southern Illinois University of Beverlyville. Came home, felt like a failure, some more shit, whatever. I just sat in my room and read.
I think that's what people in jail do a lot too.
Yeah, like I literally.
He getting himself a prayer shit.
Yeah, I was just like I was reading or whatever, and I was working at Macy's.
Fuck this job, I'm going to work at the library. Bitch.
No, this how it happened. I was working at Macy's. Somehow I applied for the library. I got the library job. They fired me from Macy's, and on the day I got fired from Macy's, I got hired at the library. So I feel like it was written for me to be at the fucking library. So I go to the library. I've started reading more books. The guy who I named my son after, and this is how I applied reading to or listening to people to my life. This guy was saying, okay, I always wanted to be in business. I always wanted to be a businessman. This guy say, I had read a book and it said, most people who have small businesses or whatever, they did like a study in Milwaukee. They was like, I'm just gonna say 9 out of 10 businesses that are small businesses to be successful, you either have to work a part-time job or a full-time job and a part-time job, and you use that money to take care of yourself, take care of your responsibilities, and also put the extra money you have into your own business. So I took that, man. I knew that, like, okay, UPS will hire you right on the spot.
Right.
I applied to UPS along. I already had the library job. I applied to UPS, got a second job, and from that my life kind of changed.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? I left my mom's house off of that. It's just like a lot of things started clicking and my brain started changing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that came from reading. That didn't come from me listening to somebody, or it was just literally just reading that book and seeing that study.
So that answers my question then.
Yeah.
I was curious how you applied these things. Let's lighten the mood. Let's talk about relationships. Let's talk about relationships. Do you
Okay.
what is one? Do you help out with house chores? Do you help out with house chores?
Who, me?
Yes, you. Both of you guys. Yeah. What do you
There's
do
got
you
a
guys,
short chart now for all of us.
Do you have
on certain days?
So
Fucking Sunday morning, my money to take the dogs out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like,
so it's no like gender, like you supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that.
No, but she do. If one of us fucking don't do it, she end up doing
Go
it.
behind you.
She end up doing it. Not going behind her, just if it like, say I'm at trade basketball.
Oh, you don't get it done.
I don't get it done.
Oh, okay.
It ain't a hurting. Like my nature was like, shit, leave that shit there until somebody fucking to the person got to do it. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Fuck that. Her nature was like, I can't look like that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I gotta do it myself.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then now that turned into motherfuckers. You're like, nobody tell you to do it. She never like that, goddamn.
You already know me and her aligned on some of them things.
No doubt. No, but I
I
understand it.
I
understand it.
My girl will do it, but like I'm one of those people, like when I lived on my own, right? If I get tired of seeing some shit, I just go ahead and go get to it.
Yeah, I can let it sit there.
Yeah, I can let it sit there.
I can let it sit.
You said you can?
I
Yeah,
can. I can let this shit rock.
Like Erica come out here sometime
Yeah.
after the podcast. This shit will be like this for 3-4 days, and she'll be like, "You gonna clean?" I'll be like, "This is my domain.
Yeah.
Like, this is where I want to clean. So I want to clean. Like,
And I mean,
this is
the way
where I be at. Like I want to clean this whole fucking tomorrow. Let's in 2 months.
Yeah.
I can do that because I don't tell you how we do that in there. You got the chore chart. You tell you how to do that in there.
And to
This
kind
is
of
my
be
domain.
kind of honest with you,
Like, I can deal with it. And just because you, like you said,
I guess that's a
like
fact
you
that
said,
you gotta
my
choose
lens,
better.
my lens. I'm seeing it through. I can through your lens. Nah, this is can't.
Right.
Through my lens, it's cool with you.
Like,
I'm
I'll be
fine.
honest with
I'm
you.
comfortable in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
so I don't know. Like,
I've been saying, like, honestly, for us, we was in a 1-bedroom apartment for a long time, so it was kind of hectic for all of us. Me, my girl, and my son.
he got his own space now.
So
he love that
now, when we got a new spot or whatever, I have my own room. I rarely go in the bedroom to sleep.
shit. Fucked up.
I'm sorry. You have your own room?
Yeah,
Like a man cave room?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not a man cave room. It's
Wait.
that's
It's not a bedroom though, right?
But
Like
it's
where
a-
you sleep.
You
it's
could.
it's a
Do
room.
you?
It's a room because his fiance support him that he do his podcast and he edit
and
his
I
video
edit and do all
that
my
shit.
stuff in there.
Couldn't do that shit out in what happened. I couldn't do that. I couldn't go record out there and having the kids walk in the door and do that shit. So I need, like, if you know that I really like to rap and do this shit, like, well, yeah, I need a space to do this. I can't have it's not because it's a man cave. No, this is what like I like rapping.
Well, see, that's important to know because what it sounded like was I got my own room and she got hers. I'm like,
no.
It's I misunderstood.
My son got his room. We got a room together, and then it's a living room, right? And in fact, I can say this, but I pay extra because I have that room. You know what I'm saying? I feel impelled to pay extra because I wanted it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind paying for things that I want. So, I have my own room, and it's different now, as opposed to like me messing up or me in like doing it. I'm in my room.
Like he said about in here.
Yeah, like in my space, like literally, to be honest with you, I take my own time to be like, man, you know what? Fuck this shit. I gotta clean this shit up. I need to think. You know what I'm saying? I need to make a plan right now.
And see, this for me, it's like why I think I have been unsuccessful around that is things have to be a certain way, otherwise I don't feel peaceful. But then other people, the man in most instances takes that as me like trying to run or be in control, like, but literally it will mess up my physical mood. I have an attitude. I'm sure I hate it when it's like a bunch of shit around me.
Yeah.
Things have to be in their place.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like spick and span sparkling, I don't have that expectation. Right. But it will drive me crazy if you come in my room with a bottle, right? You've been drinking like that pop bottle. You want to drink your pop, fine. If I wake up in the morning and see that bottle on the side of my bed, that shit gonna drive me empty. Put it in the trash.
Right.
No, if it's in my house is for instance, we're in the process of building, right? So if I get a husband, he coming. When I get a husband, if he say, dear, we're gonna make this room my room like y'all have, I can't say that I wouldn't be around the door like, so you not gonna pick that up. I can't say that.
See, that's different.
I mean, but I'm not gonna be in there being like demanding, like you need to. Right. I would be really inquisitive though, like, hey, at some point you wanna.
And I have to say,
put those pop bottles in the trash.
Like
just saying.
You said pop. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
My fiance, for instance, right? She don't really. I like to play records, like vinyl records.
Oh, let's go.
I like to play vinyl records, and I be wanting her to just come in there and have a little drink with me, smoke a little, let's have a good time and listen to these vinyls. Be interested. That nigga be like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't mind it. You know what I mean? Because it's like my space. She's like, that's your space. That's what you like to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think that's something worth paying attention to for a woman because that's your effort to spend time with me.
Yeah.
In your own way.
Yeah.
I would respect that.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't come in there, bitch, if I'm climbing over pop bottles.
No,
it's closed.
It's crazy.
All over. No.
It's all about the time we spend together.
Don't try to go platinum off my lyrics. Don't try to go platinum off my
lyrics. We spend the time together.
No.
Fuck where it said, I love you.
But you know what's funny?
Anywhere in the world.
Climb over it. No, but see, it will mess up my mood. Though.
To be honest with you,
I can't be locked in.
I get that mug spick and span.
I'm in
right.
I'd be like, hey, you want to invite me in here for some quality time to listen to some music?
Let's listen to music. And
the sex might be bomb that night because we
been clean with me and Eric be on the motherfucking there. I come out because I know. She come out here, she finna come out here in that thong or something. Let me get it nice. I can have that camera ready. I can have everything be green screen be up. I know it's finna so it'll be clean in here then. Yeah, because I know we finna spend.
But see, that would piss me off.
Why?
Because you only want to do it if
I don't want to have sex nasty shit. We gonna get nasty. I don't want to have sex
but you won't sit in it. I hate you. You want to exist in it, but you don't want to bang in it.
We just shouldn't.
Bro, oh my God, I cannot stand you. I cannot stand you.
All right.
But I mean, she let me in that she kind of respected, and I be cool. So I be in that mug by myself, chilling.
That's probably why I'm single. I gotta let go of some of my controlling type issues.
All right, y'all. The wife gave me the look when I went in there.
Oh, it's time to rap.
Not time to ride, but like
time to rap. I see.
Time to rap. Yeah. But I do want to say I was watching Brilliant Idiots. I want to say my Charlemagne quote. Shouts out to Charlemagne. The nigga said, recognize opportunity without getting a paycheck. I was like,
yeah.
That shit is dope.
He dropped a couple of
I was like, that shit hard, bro. Like,
Man, fuck that nigga Charlamagne. I dropped Jews, goddamn me, the whole entire podcast.
Facts.
Fuck that shit.
Facts. We got the best
podcast. What's your shit called, B?
Just My Thoughts
Just My
podcast.
Thoughts podcast. The Blackhurst podcast. What you got going? You a sociologist?
She everything.
I am just D. I don't have any podcasts, but I'm coming back on this one.
Damn right.
Okay,
That was a good conversation.
You was a great conversationalist,
Thank you.
a beautiful person.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shouts out. It's your boy VA, the nigga with the black. I mean, ooh.
With the black wife, nigga,
Wife.
say it.
It's
Say it, nigga.
your boy VA, the nigga with the white wife. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you.
Here's your boy Blackhurst, nigga Ryan American, also known as the Black Contradiction. D said it. Thank you. We out.
And we appreciate D.
Yeah,
We out this
all right,
bitch.
All right.
Gotta go get some cigarettes.